Now.
On 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app.
O'Connor and Company.
And it's 5:06 on this Black Friday in your nation's capital. It's the 29th day of November, and we are live. We are 100% live. How do you prove you're live? You know, like, people used to hold up the front page of the New York Times to prove that they're, no, this picture is real, it's current, although that can be photoshopped now. Here, the Lions won yesterday, and they won because the coach of the Bears forgot that he had a timeout. It was amazing. Lions should have never let it be that close, of course. But that's the closest I can come, Julie Gunlock, to proving that we're live right now. Can you think of something else?
I feel like you're acting like you're a hostage and you need to put a proof of life
exactly,
or something,
yes.
Right?
What else can I say? Elon Musk went to Mar-a-Lago for Thanksgiving. Seriously, is he homeless? Does he not have
has he been adopted by Trump?
I think he has. Although his mom was there, too.
His mom was there, yes.
And, well, you know why his mom was there? Because Sylvester Stallone was there. And I'm thinking, she's a woman of a certain age.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Larry, don't you even start. Mae Musk. Whew,
she is gorgeous.
Is
I'm thinking Sly. Hey, listen, Sly could do a lot worse. Coming up at 7:00, Sly has done a lot worse.
Wait, he's married.
Is he?
He's married.
Good for him.
They were playing with divorce for a while, but they're married. They're still
coming up at 7:05. Liam Griffin,
Moving
Washington
on.
Times sports reporter, give a preview of the Commanders game this weekend. 7:35. Grover Norquist is going to talk about taxes and what the IRS might look like after the new presidency begins. 8:05. David McIntosh, Club for Growth, and at 8:35, Stephanie Carls, an expert on Black Friday. She's at blackfriday.com. So where to begin? We're going to get to our Black Friday conversation, and what I'm dying to hear what your Christmas shopping strategy is and plans are. I'm surrounded by people who over-organize. So and you're one of those people, Jules.
I am. Are you
So
kidding? Look, I'm a busy woman.
Yeah.
I have to be organized.
No, but it takes time to create a color-coded drop-down menu spreadsheet for everything in your life, too.
I'm not quite
Scheduling
Lindsay Fifield at this point.
We'll get to Black Friday strategies in a minute and what your stories are. I've already made my major Black Friday purchase because that's the thing. Black Friday isn't even Black Friday anymore. I got notifications on Sunday night. Our Black Friday begins tomorrow on Monday. It's like, what is wrong with you people? So I've already made my major electronics purchase. Well, we'll get into all that, but let's recap our Thanksgivings. Was it delightful?
It was so nice.
Yeah. To reiterate, if people were with us yesterday morning, Julie did not do an entire. She basically did a squab. She did a Cornish hen.
What are you talking about?
You did a tiny. You sent me a picture of this tiny little piece of.
Stop.
I don't know what Chick-fil-A would have been able to do with that.
You are terrible.
So small.
You are terrible. I did a turkey, okay, but it's the first time because listen.
No, you didn't. You did a part of a turkey. You did a mutilated turkey.
Okay. Wait a minute. I flew in from Spain. Okay, the day before.
Oh, you're right.
Got up.
Thoughts and prayers.
Did the
you
show.
Poor thing.
Did the show. Okay, so got up, landed, went to sleep, got up, did the show, and still managed to put turkey and all the side dishes on the table. So I'm impressed with myself, frankly.
So
it was
just
a turkey
so everybody
breast.
understands. You know how you can use the word turkey in two different ways. It's like, oh, look, there is a turkey, meaning the entire fowl, the entire bird. Or you can say, I'd like to have some turkey. So when Julie says she got a turkey on the table, or no, she didn't say a turkey, did she?
Look, you act
she
like
said, I got turkey on the table. It could have been turkey cold cuts that she bought.
Yeah, you act like I stopped at the deli counter. Okay, I got a turkey breast, which I know is kind of embarrassing for cooks.
It was a part
like
of the
us,
turkey.
okay?
It was like the Dolly
Parton
part of the turkey.
And it wasn't brined, okay? It was just a regular turkey breast with lots of butter. It was delicious. It was fine, although I do like dark meat better, but it was fine.
I was going to say, what happens to the one...
Yes. My oldest son is on an exchange overseas, so he's not home. So it was a smaller house. We didn't have any guests. It was delicious. How was your turkey?
So the message to the other sons is, well, as long as he's not here, you're not really worth a whole bird.
That's right.
Honestly, let's face it. The only reason I step up and do an entire turkey every year is because of your brother. That's the message.
It was fine. And honestly, the whole reason for Thanksgiving for me is the stuffing. My mother's recipe for stuffing, which can be found online, by the way. If you Google Claire Vinson's Dreamy Stuffing, that is my mom's stuffing recipe. I published it at National Review a couple years ago. So that is the whole reason for Thanksgiving. Mashed potatoes is a second. Gravy, mashed potato stuffing. If I had a plate of those things, I'd be fine. I like carbs.
Yeah, I'm
But
telling you,
yeah, but our turkey.
Oh, there
was
it is.
fine.
Claire Vinson's Dreamy Stuffing. All right, we'll have to get
there
on
you
that.
go. There you go.
Yours
was fine. I saw your
things-
turkey was beautiful.
My
Looked
turkey
lovely.
came out looking great. I used the brine method this year, which I haven't done in a long time, and it was great. It timed out well. Cooked pretty quickly. Relatively quick. It was 20 pounds, and it cooked in about 4.5 hours. That's pretty
Nice. Yeah.
good. No, I was very happy. I got lots of drippings out of it. I have a ton of gravy left over. My yield on gravy was very impressive.
Mine
this year.
too. Even
So
though it was
this
just a
was-
breast.
My turkey or my Thanksgiving experiment this year, and it was the first time I had done it. I sort of mentioned it when we were interviewing the food guy from the Washington Post yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Is that for the first time I let go. I was not controlling. Usually I am in the kitchen. I set up my laptop and I watch the football games from the kitchen so I can, 'cause
Yeah.
my kitchen is not open to the family room and living room.
Right.
So it's like if people are sitting on the sofa watching television, they're actually downstairs in my house.
right,
And I'm upstairs in
right.
the kitchen. So I usually have the football game going, but I am in the kitchen by the counter where the cutting board is, or at the stove, or at the oven,
Sure.
or all day. It's like from the minute I begin the festivities, usually around 10 in the morning, through food is served on the table, I am cemented there. And I do it all. And this year, I let it go. All I did was the turkey and the mashed potatoes and the gravy and the cranberry sauce. And everything else, and even the mashed potatoes. I boiled the potatoes, I drained the potatoes, I let them dry, and then I brought up one of the ensigns who we sponsored in the Naval Academy, who was my daughter's roommate. She was over, and I said, Peyton, you want to do all the mashing? Here's the masher.
Good.
I've already melted butter in there. Here's the heavy cream. I'll let you go to it. Here's the salt and pepper. Go for it. So I let it go, and I let it, our dear friend Lindsay and her husband Matt and their children were over. She did the stuffing. She did the veg. She did the pies. It was like it was cathartic for me to just sort of release control of the entire situation.
Well, that's good. I feel like we've just been through a little counseling session. Well done,
we
Larry.
were. Although I'll
Well
tell
done.
you, so here's what I've learned about letting go and letting other people cook dishes on your Thanksgiving table. Why are you laughing?
Sorry, go on. That's fine.
A couple lessons have been learned. First of all, it's true. I don't have to do it all, and I can let other people do it, and that's wonderful. And that's what Thanksgiving is all about. And it's about
That's right.
sharing, and it's about love, and it's about gratitude. And I was thankful for everything that everybody did.
Well, when I
But-
have guests. Oh,
wait,
I'm
wait,
sorry.
I have
I'm
a
so-
but
oh, I'm
on
so
this.
sorry. I'm so
I
sorry.
have a but.
Yes.
There's another lesson.
Yes.
It's funny when other people cook the dishes that you've been cooking yourself for the last couple decades. When you taste it, it doesn't taste the same. It's
saying-
weird. It's like
you're
it's
saying
like
you
they
should-
don't cook. They don't cook it exactly like I want it cooked.
Right. So you're saying you shouldn't have let go.
I'm not saying that because I'm very happy that everybody else got to contribute and do things. I'm just saying that I might be making myself some dishes
Yeah.
this weekend.
There's some
just
bad.
to sort of-
You have some bad cooks over. I get it.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying, like, for instance, the aforementioned ensign in the Navy who's brilliant
Yes.
and smart, and
Didn't mash properly, did he?
it was
she.
mashed, but I said,
Not-
here's the cream, here's the butter. She missed that part, apparently.
Oh God, no. Oh no.
It was very potato-y,
Oh.
but
I
not
see.
very
Yeah. What you're telling me
creamy
is
and
when you
luxurious.
gave them a job, you gave them that job and then didn't check in on them.
Well, no, because they said I'll do it, and when someone says I'll
Well,
do it, I assume they know what the hell
you
they're
gotta
doing.
monitor. You gotta monitor
Yeah.
it. You gotta monitor it. Yeah.
Well, but then what's the point if I'm standing over her saying add more cream, more salt, more cream, more butter? That needs more butter.
I think what you do is, yeah. I think
What,
you
you want
have
me to
to
be Gordon Ramsay in my own
a little
kitchen? Is
bit,
that what
a little bit. What are you a
I
stupid
should've-
sandwich
I
or
should've
what is
tasted it.
Yeah.
It said, "You muppet."
should've. Yeah, you muppet. Yeah, or what are you, a stupid sandwich? What did he say?
You're
an
a
idiot
stupid-
sandwich.
You're
an
an
idiot sandwich.
I should have gotten the bread out. That's
Yeah,
true. She's
look-
in the military. She's used to that treatment.
She's used
It's 5:15 WMAL. No, but you know how it is, Julie. Your Thanksgiving taste has a certain flavor profile.
It does.
And like your, for instance, your mom's stuffing. It wouldn't be
Yes.
Thanksgiving without same here. There's a couple
Yes.
of I might just for my own hankering, for my own taste buds, because I got a lot of leftover turkey. That was by design.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got some leftover gravy and some. I can. The good thing is you can fix mashed potatoes after the fact. So I'll just put those back in the pot, work them up
Right.
again. I'll be
right.
fine.
Right.
But yeah, I might be just to sort of add some flavor profile to the.
Yes. Well,
And that's
I
not
get it.
insulting, is it? Since probably all of my
no,
guests just
it's
heard me
not.
say it.
No, but I have a question. Which we did not cover yesterday.
Yeah.
Are you a homemade cranberry sauce person or a canned cranberry sauce?
Oh yeah.
person?
Did we not cover this?
We did
oh,
not
what?
cover
We
this.
covered it on Friday with Patrice, or on Wednesday with Patrice. Oh no, I am homemade. In fact, no, 100%.
What's Patrice?
Also homemade,
Oh,
which
good.
made me feel a lot better.
Yes.
Yeah, no. I'm very suspicious of the people who demand the can.
And there's some good people, really good people out there on Twitter that are like,
That
can
I have
is the way to
great
go.
respect for.
Yes,
Yeah,
I have great
no.
respect for it. And then I find out that they like that canned stuff that comes out the shape of the can.
Which is,
Now,
I don't know what it is,
Larry,
but it's not cranberries.
I have to tell you, Larry, I did something different this year.
Oh,
with,
what'd you do?
With regards to cranberry, and it was really good. So
Okay.
I didn't. I was, because I had gotten in from my trip the night before, and I had, I was doing the radio. I wanted to cut a few corners, just a few, and we have started eating lingonberry sauce. Which, if you go to, if anybody know people who go to IKEA, and
I was going to say, don't they serve that with the meatballs at IKEA?
Yes, it's a Swedish thing, lingonberry sauce. So they sell it in a grocery store near my house. You can also go to IKEA and get it. It's kind of hard to find. But anyway, I sometimes, a midweek recipe, I'll make meatballs, and I always serve it with lingonberry sauce. So I always have like a jar of lingonberry sauce. We use that instead of cranberry sauce, and I have to say, I think I might do that from now on. It was delicious.
That sounds amazing.
It was very good.
I'm just curious, though, and again, just
Yeah.
couple follow-up questions. So is there a place here in America, the United States of America, where I can go and pick some fresh lingonberries, perhaps?
No, I don't think so.
I don't
Are you
think so
calling me-
either.
now, I knew
Because
this was- I knew-
lingonberries,
yeah.
as you took pains to
Un-American.
point
Yeah,
out, are
I know.
indigenous to Scandinavia and Northern Europe, which is delightful, and I love that part of the world. They brought us so many great things, like acquiescence to the Nazis and stuff. But
Socialism.
But my understanding is, and I could be wrong, I'm no historian, and maybe
I
we should
shouldn't have
get
brought
Jane
this
Hampton
up.
Cook back on. But my understanding of the traditional American holiday of Thanksgiving is that we are supposed to celebrate the abundance of this great land that the pilgrims came and risked their lives to embrace and conquer. And so listen, here's the thing about Thanksgiving and foods that taste so good, like lingonberry sauce. You know what else tastes good? Spaghetti bolognese. But if you put it on my Thanksgiving table, I'm going to look sideways at you. You know what? Oh my God, we tried something different this year for Thanksgiving. Instead of turkey, we had sashimi. And it's really good. Sashimi's yummy. And now we have fish sandwich leftovers.
Fish sandwich leftovers.
That's what I just heard from you. I am outraged. Outraged.
I actually want to apologize. I think you've made a very good point. I'm a terrible person.
No, no. The takeaway is not that you're a terrible person. Maybe lazy and un-American, but not terrible. No. But I would say, Julie, I think that the lingonberry, I would give a pass to lingonberry if it accompanies the cranberries. Okay? What's
Okay.
stopping you from doing both?
Okay, you're right. You're right. Never again, Larry. I promise, never again.
glad
Or at
we
least
had
if I
this-
do it again, I won't tell you.
This concludes my TED Talk. Thanks for listening. It's 5:23. All right, coming up in a minute, we do want to explore a little further this Elon Musk having Thanksgiving dinner at Mar-a Lago. Also, Mark Zukerburg. This didn't get a lot of attention. Wednesday night, Mark Zukerburg had dinner at Mar-a Lago. We're going to discuss that. a little bit too. But first, Julie, this is Black Friday. There was a time when Black Friday began, with a stampede of overweight consumers at a Walmart at midnight or 12:01 Friday morning that always ended up in some sort of viral video of a near rumble.
Screaming match.
People's
yeah.
giant earrings being ripped out of their ears as they were fighting over
And the
a
lining
plasma
up,
television screen.
outside the stores. Yeah.
Oh, thank God we have gone beyond that. That said, people are excited about getting very, very special deals today. It's going to get ugly out there, and I want to give you a quick preview here, or a tease. Ulta Beauty and Sephora opens at 6 a.m., TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods opens at 7 a.m. JCPenney and Kohl's will open at 5 a.m. And Target. Oh, so JCPenney and Kohl's is already open. We've lost that audience already.
Okay,
Hopefully they're listening on their phones.
Yeah. If Home Goods is open at 7, I'm going to miss the second half of the show.
Target, Walmart, and Best Buy will be opening at 6 a.m. So if you're heading out, that's your opening times. But we'll also be talking about some deals you can get all morning long. It's O'Connor and Company this Black Friday. Keep it here. Good Friday after Thanksgiving, or Black Friday to you. It's O'Connor and Company live here on this, official beginning of the Christmas season, right? That's the other thing we haven't mentioned. You can put your decorations up now. Start listening to music. Well, I mean, you could have done this for the last month, of course, but you can now do it without anybody screaming at you. Stop listening to that song that makes you happy. What's wrong with people? Spicer's like that. Sean Spicer's like that. He's a frickin' Christmas music Nazi. It's ridiculous.
But people sometimes do things too early.
Coming up at 7:05, Liam Griffin, Washington Times on the Commanders game this weekend. 7:35, Grover Norquist, Americans for Tax Reform. 8:05, David McIntosh, Club for Growth. And then at 8:35, Stephanie Carls from BlackFriday.com. It's Larry O'Connor alongside Julie Gunlock. Julie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wednesday night. So we want to talk about the big Thanksgiving festivity at Mar-a Lago, where Elon Musk was there with his mother, sitting right next to Donald Trump at the head table there, and everyone dancing the YMCA. It's a very cool video to see. We'll get to that in a second. But the night before Thanksgiving is actually an even more interesting conversation, as Mark Zukerburg, the founder, inventor, and CEO of Facebook and the major corporation now known as Meta, which, of course, runs Facebook, but also Instagram and other social media and AI platforms. Mark Zukerberg went to Mar-a-Lago, apparently at the invitation of President-elect Trump. Maybe Musk had something to do with this. Musk and Zuckerberg have had a public sort of feuding, war of words. They remember when they were going to fight each other in a jiu-jitsu match or something that never happened?
Yeah. But Zuckerberg... Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say some of that may have just been for show, but I think that they did have a rivalry. But now that Musk owns Twitter and it's X, I think, listen, they're competitors, but I think that they also have quite a bit in common, and maybe there's some back-channel discussions going on.
Yeah, and, we saw... there was obviously, Molly Hemingway wrote this incredible book about the Zuck Bucks and how his meddling into the election. And then he came out, at some point this year, he came out, I think it was during the summer, he came out and he said, he's not going to do that anymore. And he kind of he sounded like he was sort of, sorry that he had meddled. So there's been kind of
he sounded rather contrite and actually kind of surprised that of the ramifications of his actions.
Right. And then I think it was after the first Trump assassination attempt. I think that Zuckerberg came out and made some sort of all-American, very pro-American statement or something. I recall something about that. But he
said it was inspiring to see Trump jump up.
There's been a change. There has been a change. And look, I think part of that is a little bit that he feels a need. I don't mean to be a skeptic here, but I think he does feel a need to be competitive with Elon Musk. And and there is this sense that Elon Musk has almost given him permission to have a backbone against government wanting to interfere with elections and use his platform.
He may have had an actual change of heart and a social conscience about. He is in the business of free speech when you come down to it. He makes a ton of money off of free speech. He makes a ton of money off of people using his platform to express themselves, whether it's artistically, whether it's sharing pictures of their family, whether it's talking politics, whether it's talking education and culture issues, or it's, saying, hey, I just went to the doctor and I had COVID and my doctor prescribed ivermectin. It worked for me. Ask your doctor about it. Just sharing personal stories like that was censored.
Yes.
It was censored due to the Biden administration's strong-arming of Meta. And I think Zuckerberg at some point realized, wait a second, what the hell are we doing here? And who's in charge? The U.S. government or us? He may have had a complete and total change of heart on that. Or this could just be complete, total, cold-hearted capitalism and opportunism. He realizes that the government has a lot of opportunity to control and regulate what he does. Right now, he's got a free pass, and he better get on the good side of the new sheriff in town. It could be, frankly, it doesn't matter as long as he starts behaving himself and getting out of our way. Mark Halperin was on Newsmax yesterday talking about this, and I think he put it very well.
So Zuckerberg reportedly was grateful for the invitation to the Florida mansion, the opportunity to meet with members of Trump's team, with the president-elect about this incoming administration. Your thoughts on this meeting? Is he just trying to play nice now because, I don't know, he might be worried about maybe the way that the new president, President Donald Trump, might handle social media networks during his next 4 years?
Well, happy holidays. Good afternoon. According to my sources, although there were chairs at the dinner table, Mark Zuckerberg bent the knee. Because any CEO now knows that Donald Trump is the new sheriff in town, and they want to be on as good terms as possible. These two have had an on-again, off-again relationship. And I think it's pretty clear that flying to Mar-a Lago, one of the richest people in the world, one of the most influential in social media, to come to Mar-a Lago to try to mend fences and talk about a common agenda. The Trump people are being very gracious about it, but my suspicion is Donald Trump is smiling a little bit by the virtue of what's happening all around him, which is world CEOs want to be part of his administration now.
That's right. I mean, imagine just for a moment, setting aside the policy ramifications of this and everything, just imagine being inside Donald Trump's head as these guys all come groveling now, saying, hey, we want to work with you. We want to work with you.
The Trump's never gotten an apology for the Russia collusion hoax. You don't have anyone like Tapper or any of those who pushed the Russia collusion hoax. For goodness sake, Hillary Clinton, the architect of the Russia collusion hoax, you don't have any of those people coming forward and apologizing, admitting anything. Yeah. There's been absolutely no contrition. This is darn close, though, I gotta say. How different this is from 2016. What we are seeing here is pretty remarkable. And again, like you said, Trump, in his mind, he's got to feel pretty good right now. And vindicated.
That on election night, everybody is saying the greatest political comeback in our history, and of course it was the greatest political comeback. But now you see how everything is lining up. It goes well beyond just winning the election. The fact that, and I think we've all felt it culturally, personally, as we see athletes, unabashedly celebrating their touchdown by giving a hat tip to Donald Trump with the YMCA dance. The fact that there is, I keep using the term, a cultural shift.
Absolutely.
It goes beyond just winning that election. Things are changing. In fact, I've got one more indication that things have changed, and it comes from none other than Randy Weingarten. Just wait till you hear what Randy Weingarten said on X yesterday to Donald Trump. It's going to blow your mind, and you'll hear it next. It's 5:44.
Hey, it's Chris Plant. Find out what the media don't want you to know. Coming up this morning at 9, right here on WMAL.
Mark Zukerburg goes down to Mar-a-Lago for dinner, and as Mark Halperin put it, there may have been chairs at the table, but he took a knee and kissed the ring of Donald Trump. He's trying to be on the good side of the incoming administration. Are things changing? Is our nation healing? We've had conversations here of people on the left getting on television. Bernie Sanders tweeted, "I'm looking forward to working with Donald Trump on capping interest rates on credit cards," something that Trump promised or discussed during the campaign. It's like, how are you looking forward to working with Hitler, right? You had Biden say, we're going to have a really smooth transition. We're going to, peaceful transfer of power. Wait a second. You said that this man sitting next to you in the Oval Office will be the end of our democracy. How are you going to pledge to have a peaceful transition of power? You know, they're all either lying or they were lying then. But we're seeing slow indications now that maybe they've learned that throwing everything they can at a person and a movement and individual citizens, it doesn't work. In fact, it has the opposite effect. And maybe they've learned now, even if they have to fake it, they have to pretend to like us, right? And it starts in the same way that all the attacks on Donald Trump was really an attack on us. Well, now the fact that they're pretending to at least work with Donald Trump just to make peace, well, maybe it's time for them to make peace with us, too. Julie, you just said, you know, there's never been any apology to Donald Trump. How about the apology to us in our personal life for the things that have been said about us?
Yeah, I mean, parents are still waiting for accountability. Think about the families of those soldiers who were killed at Abbey Gate. Has there been an apology to them? Has there even been a simple meeting with them? No. Well, you know, what happened during COVID? You know, there were people in hospitals left to die by themselves because of these insane policies. Where is the accountability? Where's the cost? Where are the people who got fired?
Maybe it's starting. So listen to this example I've got, other than the ones I've already laid out for you. As we told you yesterday, Donald Trump put out a signature Thanksgiving greeting, which I'll read it to you again because it just makes me smile when I read it. This was Donald Trump's Thanksgiving greeting on X yesterday. Happy Thanksgiving to all, including to the radical left lunatics who have worked so hard to destroy our country, but who have miserably failed and will always fail because their ideas and policies are so hopelessly bad that the great people of our nation just gave a landslide victory to those who want to make America great again. Don't worry, our country will soon be respected, productive, fair, and strong, and you will be, more than ever before, proud to be an American. And that, of course, had 60 million views. It had 39,000 comments, 89,000 retweets, 678,000 likes, 17,000 bookmarks. I mean, crazy, right? The first reply you will see on that notification, comes from none other than Randi Weingarten. Randi Weingarten, the president of the Teachers Union, a woman who just campaigned for Kamala Harris, saying, among other things, here's one thing she said: the Trump-Vance administration is going to put communities at risk from public health to education, and our members will be there to remind the nation that their experience and expertise are needed to bring about common sense solutions. She also said on X, the Trump campaign's racist hate was on full display tonight. Dark narcissistic smears and rank fear-mongering have no place in America and should be disqualifying for any candidate for office. Okay, so it's that Randi Weingarten who replied to President-elect Trump yesterday on Thanksgiving and said this: even though I am probably one of those people you dislike, happy Thanksgiving. I'm grateful for this country. Now it's a little bit. It's a tiny little bit. But I'd like to read that and think that's Randi Weingarten recognizing the reality that the Department of Education is about to be cut. And that's right. I think she's an odious human being. But here's the beautiful thing. Odious human beings have to stop calling us Nazis. And this is Randi Weingarten saying happy Thanksgiving to Donald Trump. And I'd like to take from that some indication that maybe we can start to get back to normal. What do you
She's repulsive. I'm sorry.
I know.
I absolutely get what you're saying, but this woman, her rhetoric, what she said about President Trump being a threat to democracy, she said that he's responsible for the death of a woman from a miscarriage. Thank God for Corey DeAngelis, who's out there, documenting all of the things she said in the past. Her rhetoric, in my opinion, is one of the reasons Trump was almost assassinated. She was off the rails during that election. And I'm glad. I'm happy that there might be a crack here, and look, I'm not being cynical in saying that this is all because she sees her gravy train possibly drying up.
Yes.
But it is sickening to me that how these people demonize someone to the point that lunatics try to kill him, and then she's just like, "Oh, hey, happy Thanksgiving." It's gross.
Don't misread what I'm saying.
I
know. I'm not taking this and saying, "Well, there you go, all is forgiven. Welcome aboard, Randy." No.
I know that.
I'm with you. We need to recognize who. No, but the fact that she did this, the fact that Zukerberg went down and had dinner, the fact.
I get it.
This is how we heal. This is how we heal. They start by first recognizing they were wrong and apologizing and trying to make nice, and then we get to lord it over them for a little while.
We'll see how Randy is on school choice. Let's see how reasonable Randy is when we cut some of this unnecessary education funding. We'll see how reasonable Randy is when when she gets behind the education returning to what it's supposed to do, is teach kids and not indoctrinate them into the trans movement.
I hear you, but let me just be clear, and I'll just end it with this. I don't expect the people I disagree with to change their mind and now agree with me, and they shouldn't expect me to change my mind and agree with them. What I expect is that we can both disagree and not call each other Nazis. That's what I expect, and that's what we're going to have. It's going to happen. It's the only way we move forward. It's 5:54.
WMAL FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news.